Putting you on the spot.
You're putting me on the spot to sell you this cigar.
Yep.
So I came across this video by Andrew Tate's brother, Tristan Tate, and he was spontaneously asked in an interview to actually sell someone a cigar. And as somebody who is a copywriter and sometimes a salesman directly online and offline, I have actually learned some sales technique that I think he was using here, which was smart. The fact that he was able to come up with those sales technique on the spot was quite impressive. So what we are going to do in this video is we're going to be analyzing the technique he used for the sales pitch, and we are going to be saying some things that we'll learn from there and some things that I think he can do better. Although, don't forget, he did the sales thing spontaneously. He was just asked to make a sales pitch right there on the spot. And to be honest, he actually delivered so wonderfully. So let's go through it.
Putting you on the spot.
You're putting me on the spot to sell you this cigar.
Yep.
Okay, what's your experience with cigars? Do you like cigars?
Sometimes they can get to my throat a bit and then end up coughing or something like
Well,
that.
that's your problem.
So now he's actually, the first thing he did there was he's trying to isolate the customer, trying to get if the customer actually has an interest in cigars. He said the first thing is, do you like cigars? If the customer doesn't have an interest in the cigar, then what's the point in selling it to them? And I think this is the onset of a model known as the AIDA model, where you build attention, you try to get customer interest, you try to build a desire, then you get the customer to take action. So in this case, AIDA, AIDA. So in this case, what I think is he knows that the customer obviously has the attention of the customer. Now, he tried to ascertain and affirm the interest of the customer in the cigar by asking, are you interested? What do you know about cigars? How long have you been smoking cigars? And from there, getting the customer to open up, he has already gotten a problem that he can use as an angle for his sales pitch. So if you're somebody who is selling, the first thing you want to do is to ask open-ended questions, try to understand where the customer is coming from as far as the product is concerned, then try to get your own sales approach for selling the product.
That's because you've been buying the lower quality cigars. What's your typical budget when you purchase each stick?
I think the most I've spent on a cigar is probably about £200.
See, well, that's your problem right there, because this cigar actually costs $350 per cigar.
He's already sandwiching the price of the cigar between, he's already saying, okay, this cigar costs £350. The customer told you they take £200 per cigar. So he's already sandwiched the price, introduced the customer to the price point already, without actually telling the customer to actually make the buying decision. So the customer already knows the price, but now he is trying to convince the customer why the price is actually that price.
And the way that the tobacco is aged before they roll it is the key. The smoothness of the cigar comes not when you make it, not when you roll it, not when you put the label on it, but it's the process after picking the tobacco to drying it, flavoring it, spicing it, and aging it. And that's where the smoothness comes in, like a fine whiskey or a fine cognac. So
You see, the thing is, I don't actually smoke cigars, but just what he's saying is already building a kind of desire in the product itself. So if you're a customer who is interested, we've known that, okay, I have your attention, you're interested in the product. All I need to do next is to build your desire and get you to take action.
what you need to do is smoke fewer cigars per week. Don't go for 3 or 4 at $100, $200 each. Just treat yourself every Friday night to one of these. This is truly exceptional. The coughing will stop. The smoothness will be there. You'll notice a greater enjoyment from your cigar experience than you've ever enjoyed before. It's $350. Do you want this?
One thing I think he can improve here is the fact that he did not actually explain how the price point, because obviously some customers are motivated by price. He did not explain how the price point is better. Obviously, if you buy a £200 cigar, you smoke it up to 3 to 4 times a week, that's about £800, £600. But this particular fine blend is around £350, which saves you a lot of money and gives you access to a better smoking experience. So I think that's the only thing I feel like he did not do there. He did not explain the price point better. Then he also did not have an offer. Obviously, there could be many offers around cigar. But for somebody who is coming up with something on the spot, making it spontaneous, this is a wonderful sales pitch. And I really dock my heart for this.
I don't know, Tristan, $350 seems a bit out of my budget, man.
Well, you know what? If you can't afford it, that's perfectly fine, because I have customers who can. And things like this, they don't stay on the market for very long. So this is definitely going to go if I put it in the humidor at the cigar store. So if you don't want to buy it, it's no problem for me. And you could stick to what you have and keep coughing.
I like the fact that he positioned the product as a solution to the problem. The fact that he told you, keep coughing, that's the point. He created an urgency telling you it doesn't stay on the market for long. And then it went back to the problem where he said, keep coughing. So you already talked about pricing. It's better pricing. It's better in terms of blend and experience and enjoyment. Then you have a problem that you need to solve right now. And that is how I believe sales is done.
Gears have got me right there. Light the cigar up.
Sales is done. So if you like this video, just hit on the like button and make sure that you subscribe. And we are going to be seeing you next time when I post another video. See you later. Cheers.